In the dim, flickering candlelight of her chambers, Erin writhes in her sleep, her brow slick with sweat. Distorted shadows dance around her as she cries out, trapped in a nightmare vision of black glass. A wasteland of black glass stretches before her, reflecting a hellish, distorted sky. Her hand flies to her arm, clutching at the dragon mark that sears her flesh like molten iron. A disembodied voice echoes, a haunting warning piercing the silence. Fire burns bright, but every flame casts a shadow. Amidst the Morath Citadel ruins, Tarin Solmir stands before a dark altar. Tarin nervously chants from an ancient script, his eyes glowing a faint violet. To break the chains of the below, one must speak the true flame's name, Erin of the Flames. His voice trembles as he speaks the forbidden words. The ground cracks open, and shadows emerge, whispering dark secrets. Tarin screams as Umbrael possesses him, his eyes turning black as coal. In Elden Keep's Great Hall, King Halric's worry is palpable, flanked by Queen Seraphina and Erin as hushed whispers fill the air. Each grim report speaks of vanishing villages, consumed by a creeping, unnatural shadow. Queen Seraphina dismisses the horror with regal composure. Remnants of Morath's magic. Nothing more. Vorthen challenges her claim, his voice sharp. Echoes do not devour the living Queen of Silver. In Elden Keep's courtyard, Vorthen, an ancient dragon, descends, his sunset scales shimmering. His molten gold eyes fixate on Seraphina, Elden's queen, a silent challenge hanging in the air. Vorthen's voice rumbles through the courtyard. If shadow spreads unchecked, fire is mercy. Seraphina stands defiant, her gaze unwavering before the immense dragon. Her voice echoes, a queen's plea. Then, what would you have us do, dragon? Burn what's left of the world? She asks, the tension palpable between them. In Elden Keep's Great Hall, Erin stands, armor gleaming, a beacon of resolve against gathering shadows. Halric watches, his face etched with worry, admiration warring within him as he looks at Erin. Erin's voice rings out, silencing doubt. Enough. If something rises in the east, I'll go. Halric pleads, his voice laced with concern. You've given enough, Erin. The people need you here. Erin's gaze hardens, her decision unyielding. The people need hope. Her voice resonates with determination. And hope rides on dragon wings, she declares, her eyes shining. Erin and Vorthen brave the storm, silhouettes against lightning-streaked sky. The ruins of Morath Citadel, a haunting backdrop. Tempestuous winds lash around them as they navigate the chaotic dance of storm and shadow. Black flames flicker amidst the crumbling stone, an unholy blaze against the night. Whispering winds carry voices, a chilling chorus from another world, adding to the terrifying spectacle. The air crackles with an ancient, ominous energy. Vorthen's voice cuts through the storm. I smell him, something not of this age. Erin and Vorthen land on the desolate crater's edge, the air thick with dark energy. Tarin Solmir emerges, his form flickering between man and ominous shadow. Tarin's pained expression warns of a terrible presence lurking within. Don't come closer. It's inside me, Tarin cries. The god beneath. He's awake. A desolate crater marks Morath Citadel, the air thick with dread. Umbrael's voice echoes with triumph, laced with dark power that promises destruction. Towers of black fire erupt, casting long, dancing shadows across the scarred landscape. Vorthen unleashes dragon flame, a futile defiance against the encroaching darkness. It's too late. I am Umbrael. The light broke my chains. The dragon pact freed me. On the ravaged battlefield before Morath's Citadel, Erin's sword flashes, a silver streak against the encroaching darkness. Each clash with Umbrael sends sparks flying, briefly illuminating the devastation surrounding them. Above, the sky tears apart, a vortex of light and shadow battling for dominance. Umbrael's voice echoes across the battlefield. Fire cannot kill shadow, only balance can. Erin's scream pierces the battlefield as her dragon mark flares, a beacon of defiant power against encroaching darkness. A blinding light erupts, forging a blazing sigil in the sky, a symbol of her desperate stand. The surge of raw energy pushes back the shadows, a wave of hope washing over the war-torn landscape. Her victory is costly. Erin staggers, weakened but unbroken, the fate of Morath resting on her shoulders. Dawn breaks over Morath Citadel, revealing a landscape ravaged by the storm's fury, the air still thick with the scent of ozone. Terran kneels amidst the destruction, the encroaching blackness fading from his eyes, leaving him looking barely alive. Vorthen lands softly beside Terran, his intense gaze immediately drawn to Erin, a silent question in his eyes. Terran's voice, raspy and weak, cuts through the stillness. He's not gone. He's inside the flame. Terran's gaze intensifies, a chilling revelation in his eyes. He's inside you, he whispers, pointing towards Erin. Amidst the ruins, Vorthen studies Erin, his face etched with grim knowledge as the wind howls through Morath Citadel. Erin stares at her arm, the dragon mark now laced with creeping dark veins, a visible sign of her burden. You bear his mark now, Vorthen says, his voice grave. You carry both light and shadow. The wind intensifies, swirling around them as Erin absorbs Vorthen's words, her expression unreadable. The intertwined dragon mark and dark veins pulse faintly, a silent testament to the power now within Erin. At dawn, Erin stares at Morath Citadel. Black flames flicker, casting shadows on the horizon. Streaks of ominous color paint the sky as the first rays of light touch her face. Her eyes reflect a newfound resolve, a silent promise etched in her gaze. So it's true. Every flame casts a shadow, Erin whispers, her voice carried by the wind. Before Morath's imposing citadel, Erin turns to Turin, her hand outstretched in a gesture of unity and resolve. The wind howls around them, a harbinger of the impending conflict as the silent citadel watches. Then we fight it together, Mage and Dragonborn, Erin declares, her voice strong against the wind. Until balance is restored, she finishes, her words forging an unbreakable alliance with Terran. In her chambers, Erin confronts her reflection, haunted by encroaching darkness. Her fingers trace the dragon mark, dark veins pulsing beneath her skin. A silent battle rages within as she closes her eyes, her face contorted. Her breath hitches, a desperate sound echoing in the silent room. A disembodied voice echoes, a haunting prophecy. You cannot escape your destiny. Erin's eyes snap open, fear mixing with defiance in her gaze. Erin, silhouetted against the vast sky, stands atop Elden's walls, her gaze locked on the horizon as the wind whispers. With a soft thud, Vorthen lands beside her, his presence a comforting weight against the growing unease. They share a look, a silent acknowledgement passing between them as tension fills the air. An unseen energy crackles, a tangible darkness gathering like a storm, signaling the true battle has begun.